guys, welcome back to this section. Okay, so we are going to be starting another series. This series is on mensuration. Okay, but before we dive into taking examples, we're going to be looking at the different formulas for different shapes: 2D shapes, 3D shapes. But before we go into formulas, because we're going to be starting with triangle, but before we go into formulas, we need to know the meaning of mensuration. Okay, so mensuration is a branch of mathematics that deals with the measurement of geometric figures. Is that okay? So anything calculation, it's under mensuration. Now, if you want to tell the difference between mensuration and geometry, mensuration has to do with the measurement. That is, it focuses on the numerical value, okay, for any geometric figure like the triangle, the cycle, the trapezoid, the any 2D shapes and 3D shapes, where you have to calculate for area, for volume, for capacity, for what have you, right? While in geometry, it helps to identify these shapes, not just identifying the shapes, it helps us to prove different formulas. Okay, in geometry, you prove those formulas. In mensuration, you make use of the formulas to get your numerical value. So this is just a simple definition or differences between geometry and mensuration. So in this section, or in this series, we are going to be looking at the formula for area of a triangle. So as time goes on, we'll be taking different series for different shapes and the formulas we are going to be focusing on. Please, we're going to be picking the major or the most important formulas under any of these shapes: 2D shapes, 3D shapes. Please remember, 2D means two-dimensional shapes and 3D means three-dimensional shapes, okay? So first off, we're going to be looking at the formula for area of a triangle, which is half times your base times your height. What it means invariably is half will multiply the whatever value you have here as your base and whatever value you have here as your height. Okay, which means 1 times your base times your height. It can be simplified as base times height over 2. If you think this will be complicated, then just remember this: base times height over 2. Okay, it's the same thing. Now, when that is done, we now move to perimeter. Perimeter of a triangle. Remember the meaning of perimeter: the total length of an object or a shape. Total length means whatever you have from this point to this point plus to this point plus to this point. So perimeter in nutshell, let's say is A plus B plus C. That is perimeter. Is that okay? Now we have another one. They call it the semicircle perimeter. Okay, and it is represented as A plus B plus C divided by 2, the semicircle perimeter. Okay, and then we have another most important formula, which is the Heron's formula, right? The Heron's formula. So, and it's given as this, where you have your S into bracket S minus A close bracket, S minus B close bracket, then S minus C. Is that okay? So basically for triangle, we are going to be making use of these formulas. And as time goes on in our subsequent series, when we are faced with other uh, question on triangle, we'll know how to compute this into it. Is that okay? So bye bye. See you in our next series.